what he's done looks so extraterrestrial. But here's this guy that is just giving you a triple-double who has been able to maintain the core of his team that allowed him to win a championship 2 seasons ago, has only gotten better, and this team is rounding out into form in terms of getting healthy and rattling off 10 wins down the stretch of the season. Now, Schrager, Vinny, they do have to play both OKC and San Antonio to finish out the regular season. However, I've said this all along. If you told me who can upset the apple cart as far as this run that the Spurs are on, I'm like, y'all, you cannot overlook Denver.
If they're the 3 seed, they'll have to get through likely those 2 teams in the playoffs as well. You were saying on the pre-production call about his statistical prowess to see just how unprecedented this is.
Yeah, I'm not a slave to the stats all the time. But leading the league in assists and rebounds in the same season, y'all, this is just something that we haven't quite seen before.
Yeah.
I'm a big man.
And he's won 3 MVPs, so he's historically appreciated. But this season itself will go historically unappreciated. He doesn't have the story. Like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a story. Victor Wembanyama has the story. But he is still the best player in the game.
Steady.
And he has 7 3-point shooters around him. The one thing you want to give Jokic is space to operate and one defender in his face, even if that's Victor Wembanyama. Did you see that shot that scraped?
Come on,
over 7
Schrager, come on, up here.
It scraped the Lord, y'all. He's going to have 0 issues with him in the 7-game series. Who knows what's going to happen?
I'm not going to say 0 issues.
No, I'm saying he's going to have 0 issues.
Okay, all right.
I'm not saying they're going to have 0 issues.
Yeah.
We're going to have a mano-a-mano, I think, in the second round in ways that we don't often
I think it's a great question for you because we've been talking about Spurs and Thunder all season, 2-horse race. We now have a legit, and it's ironic with his horses, with his love for horses, but a third horse in this race. Can the Nuggets spoil this Thunder Spurs Western Conference Finals we've been looking at?
Okay, so I'm always bad at projecting ahead, but right now, what are they? 3? So they would get Minnesota first, which is not a given, right? Then after Minnesota, they would go 1.
San Antonio.
They go San Antonio. Okay, excuse me. Yes, I think they could. I really do. My qualm with San Antonio has just been the fact of what we see most consistently in the NBA. It is so rare for a team with 0 collective experience and a first-time head coach in the postseason to go and make it happen. On the other end of that, you've got experience, you've got unique enough talent, Joker or Wemby, whichever one you want, incredibly unique, literally changing the game. Those 2 match up in that series. You've got great guard play on both sides, but to me, the pendulum...
The San Antonio Spurs have a problem. And it is not a problem for them. It is a problem for everyone else in the Western Conference. Because even without Victor Wembanyama, even with their superstar sidelined with a rib contusion, they are still winning. They are still terrifying. And the Get UP crew just said what every NBA fan should be paying attention to. The Spurs are 28-3 since the beginning of February. 28-3. That is not a hot streak. That is a statement. They are locked into the 2 seed in the West. And they just beat the Blazers without Wemby. De'Aaron Fox led the way with 25. This team is not a one-man show. This team is not reliant on their 7'4" alien to win games. They have depth. They have defense. They have a system. And they have the best record in basketball over the last 2 months. Meanwhile, the Thunder clinched the #1 seed for the 3rd straight season. SGA had his 140th straight game of at least 20 points. They have won 19 of their last 20. They are rolling. And the Nuggets have won 10 straight games for the first time in 13 years. Jokic tied his career high with his 34th triple-double of the season. He is leading the league in assists and rebounds in the same season. Something we have never quite seen before. The West is a bloodbath. But here is what Monica McNutt said that stopped me cold. She said we are underappreciating what Jokic is doing. And she is right. Wembanyama has come along and captivated the hearts of basketball fans because what he does looks so extraterrestrial. But here is this guy, Jokic, who is just giving you a triple-double every night, who has maintained the core of his team that allowed him to win a championship 2 seasons ago, who has only gotten better. And this team is rounding into form, getting healthy, rattling off 10 wins down the stretch. But then the conversation shifted to the Spurs. And Vince Goodwill said something that should terrify the Thunder and the Nuggets. He said if you told him who could upset the apple cart as far as this run that the Spurs are on, he said you cannot overlook San Antonio. They are the 2 seed. They have home court advantage in the first 2 rounds. And they have something that no other team in the West has. They have nothing to lose. Think about that. The Spurs were supposed to be a year away. They were supposed to be learning how to win. They were supposed to be getting experience for next season. Instead, they are 28-3. They are the 2 seed. And they are doing it without their best player for multiple games. De'Aaron Fox has been everything they hoped for when they traded for him. He is a closer. He is a leader. He is a guy who has been in playoff battles before. And the supporting cast? Jaden Ivey, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, Keldon Johnson. These guys are not afraid. They are not intimidated. They have been through the regular season wars. They have beaten everyone. They have beaten OKC. They have beaten Denver. They have beaten Boston. They have beaten everyone. And now they are going into the playoffs with the second best record in the West, a healthy roster, and a chip on their shoulder the size of Texas. The Nuggets have experience. They won a championship 2 years ago. They know what it takes to win 7-game series. Jokic is playing the best basketball of his career. Jamal Murray is healthy. Aaron Gordon is locking people up. Michael Porter Jr. is hitting shots. But here is the thing. The Nuggets have to go through Minnesota first. Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, a team that plays physical defense and has nothing to lose. Then they would have to go through San Antonio, a team that has beaten them twice this season. A team that has the best record in the West since February. A team that is not afraid of Jokic. And then they would have to go through OKC, the number 1 seed. The defending champions. 60-plus wins. SGA playing like an MVP. That is a gauntlet. That is a nightmare. Vince Goodwill said if the Nuggets get to the finals, it will be one of the greatest team runs we have ever seen. Just getting there. Beat Minnesota with Anthony Edwards. Then go and play San Antonio with 60 wins. Then go and beat the Thunder, the defending champion, with 60 wins. The last time he could think of a run like that was the Hakeem Olajuwon Rockets. That is how hard the West is going to be. So who is the team to beat? The Thunder have the best record. The Nuggets have the best player. But the Spurs have the momentum. They have the confidence. They have the 28-3 record. And they have something to prove. Nobody expected them to be here. Nobody picked them to win the West. And that is exactly what makes them dangerous. Because when you have nothing to lose, when you are playing with house money, when every win is a surprise to the rest of the world, you play free. You play fearless. You play like you belong. And the Spurs belong. Even without Wembanyama for some of these games, they have shown they can win. They have shown they have depth. They have shown they have a system that works. So here is my question for you. Who is coming out of the Western Conference? The Thunder, the Spurs, or the Nuggets? Drop your take in the comments. Do you agree with the Get UP crew that San Antonio is the team to beat? Or are you taking OKC or Denver? And if you want more honest breakdowns of what is really happening in the NBA playoffs, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.